وأنزلنا الحديد فيه بأس شديد ومنافع للناس.
In the core of a star, pressure and temperature are high enough that atomic nuclei can get squeezed together and fuse. This releases energy and creates heavier elements. Hydrogen fusion makes helium, helium fusion makes carbon, and each heavier element, in general, takes higher temperatures and pressures to fuse. Lower mass stars like the Sun stop at carbon. Once that builds up in the core, the star's fate is sealed. But if the star has more than about 8 times the Sun's mass, it can create temperatures in its core in excess of 500 million degrees Celsius, and then carbon will fuse. There are actually a lot of steps in this process, but in the end you get carbon fusing into neon, magnesium, and some sodium. What happens next harkens back to what we found goes on in the Sun's core as it ages. Fuse an element, create a heavier one, then that heavier one builds up until the core contracts and heats up enough to start fusing it. So carbon fusion makes neon, magnesium, and sodium, and those accumulate. The core heats up, and when it reaches about 1 billion degrees, neon will fuse. Neon fusion creates more magnesium as well as some oxygen. These build up in the core, it shrinks, heats up to about 1.5 billion degrees, and then oxygen fuses, creating silicon. Then that builds up until the temperature hits about 2 to 3 billion degrees, whereupon silicon can fuse. Among a pile of other elements, silicon fusion creates iron. And that's trouble. Big, big trouble. Once silicon fusion starts, the star is a ticking time bomb.
سنريهم آياتنا في الآفاق وفي أنفسهم سنريهم آياتنا في الآفاق وفي أنفسهم حتى يتبين لهم أنه الحق أولم يكف بربك أنه على كل شيء شهيد ألا إنهم في مرية من لقاء ربهم ألا إنه بكل شيء محيط.